Oh, greetings, my children. This beeth the first installment of Ritz Reads. Yes! In this, I will be reading random texts and such and giving you my commentary. I know you love it, otherwise you wouldn't be here, unless you're mentally insane. We'll be starting off the segment with Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein. I love this guy. Alright, let's select some random poems to read. Here we go. Right. I must remember turkey on Thanksgiving, pudding on Christmas, eggs on Easter, chicken on Sunday, fish on Friday, leftovers Monday. But ah me, I'm such a dunce, I went and ate them all at once. He's so fat he needed 2 pages to fit his belly. That's disgusting. Anyway, next. Poor Angus. Oh, what do you do, poor Angus, when hunger makes you cry? I fix myself an omelette, sir, of fluffy clouds and sky. Oh, what do you wear, poor Angus, when winds blow down the hills? I sew myself a warm cloak, sir, of hope and daffodils. Oh, who do you love, poor Angus, when Catherine's left the moor? Oh, then, sir, then's the only time I feel I'm really poor. That's just emotional. That wasn't funny, that was kind of sad. And there's poor Angus. Poor Angus. No. Give me a moment. Alright, we're back. Sorry, I felt really bad for Angus there. Here's a long one. If the world was crazy. If the world was crazy, you know what I'd eat? A big slice of soup and a whole quart of meat. Oh, I see how this is going to go. A lemonade sandwich, and then I might try some roasted ice cream or a bicycle pie. A nice notebook salad, an underwear roast, an omelet of hats, and some crisp cardboard toast. A thick malted milk made from pencils and daisies. And that's what I'd eat if the world was crazy. If the world was crazy, you know what I'd wear? A chocolate suit and a tie of eclair. Some marshmallow earmuffs, some licorice shoes, and I'd read a paper of the peppermint news. I'd call the boys Susie, and I'd call the girls Harry. No, that's just sexist. Boys can be named Susie, girls can be named Harry. I'm offended, not really. I'd talk through my ears, and I would always carry a paper umbrella for when it grew hazy to keep in the rain if the world was crazy. If the world was crazy, you know what I'd do? I'd walk on the ocean and swim in my shoe. I'd fly through the ground and I'd skip through the air. I'd run down the bathtub and bathe on the stair. When I met someone, I'd say, "Goodbye, Joe," and when I was leaving, then I'd say hello. And the greatest of men would be silly and lazy, so I would be king if the world was crazy. Now that's just crazy. Yes. Invention. I've done it, I've done it. Guess what I've done? Invented a light bulb that plugs into the sun. The sun is bright enough, the bulb is strong enough, but oh, there's just one thing wrong. The cord ain't long enough. Look at that poor kid. He's not even close to being fathomably close. All right. Hungry Mungry. This is a doozy. Let's go. Hungry Mungry sat at supper, took his knife and spoon and fork, ate a bowl of mushroom soup, ate a slice of roasted pork, ate a dozen stewed tomatoes, 27 deviled eggs, at this point I'm already full, 15 shrimps, 9 baked potatoes, 32 fried chicken legs, a shank of lamb, a boiled ham, 2 bowls of grits, some black-eyed peas, 4 chocolate shakes, 8 angel cakes, 9 custard pies with Munster cheese. By the gods, man. 10 pots of tea, and after he had eaten all that he was able, he poured some broth on the tablecloth and ate the kitchen table. Oh dear. His parents said, "Oh, Hungry Mungry, stop these silly jokes." Yeah, because that's clearly a joke. Mungry opened up his mouth and gulp, he ate his folks. Well, that's just capital murder. And then he went and ate his house, ate all the bricks and wood, and then he ate up all the people in the neighborhood. Up came 20 angry policemen shouting, "Stop and cease." Mungry opened up his mouth and gulp, he ate the police. My God, he's a madman. Soldiers came with tanks and guns. Said Mungry, "They can't harm me." He just smiled and licked his lips and ate the U.S. Army. The president sent all his bombers. Mungry was still calm. Put his head back, gulped the planes, and gobbled up the bomb. He ate his town and ate the city. Ate and ate and ate, and then he said, "I think I'll eat the whole United States." And so he ate Chicago first and munched the water tower, and then he chewed on Pittsburgh. but he found it rather sour. He ate New York and Tennessee and all of Boston town. Then he drank the Mississippi River just to wash it down. And when he'd eaten every slate, each puppy, boy and girl, he wiped his mouth upon his sleeve and went to eat the world. Not the puppies, though. Oh, he ate the Egypt pyramids and every church in Rome, ate all the grass in Africa and all the ice in Nome. He ate each hill in green Brazil, and then to make things worse, he decided for dessert he'd eat the universe. He started with the moon, the stars, and soon as he was done, he gulped the clouds and sipped the wind and gobbled up the sun. Then sitting there in the cold dark air, he started to nibble his feet, then his legs, then his hips, then his neck, then his lips, till he sat there just gnashing his teeth, 'cause nothing was nothing, was nothing was nothing, was nothing was left to eat. My goodness, that's pretty dark. What kind of name is Mungry? That's really stupid. Anyway, true story. This morning I jumped on my horse and went out for a ride, and some wild outlaws chased me, and they shot me in the side. Oh. So I crawled into a wildcat's cave to find a place to hide. But some pirates found me sleeping there, and soon they had me tied to a pole and built a fire under me. I almost cried, till a mermaid came and cut me loose and begged to be my bride. So I said I'd come back Wednesday, but I must admit I lied. What a butthole. Then I ran into a jungle swamp, but I forgot my guide, and I stepped in some quicksand, and no matter how I tried, I couldn't get out until I met a water snake named Clyde, who pulled me to some cannibals who planned to have me fried. But Eagle came and swooped me up, and through the air we flied? What the But he dropped me in a boiling lake 1,000 miles wide, and you'll never guess what I did then. I died. And there he is, getting shot in the side. Yes. All right. Let's see. Homemade boat. This boat that we just built is fine. And don't try to tell us it's not. The sides and the back are divine. It's the bottom. I guess we forgot. These children are stupid. Boa constrictor. Oh, I'm being eaten by a boa constrictor. A boa constrictor. A boa constrictor. I'm being eaten by a boa constrictor, and I don't like it one bit. Very informative so far. Well, what do you know? It's nibbling my toe. Oh, gee, it's up to my knee. Oh, my, it's up to my thigh. Oh, fiddle, it's up to my middle. Oh, heck, it's up to my neck. Oh, dread, it's up to... The worst. When singing songs of scariness, of bloodiness, and hairiness, I feel obligated at this moment to remind you of the most ferocious beast of all. 3,000 pounds and 9 feet tall, the Glurpy Slurpy Skagregal, Skagagrowl, yes, who's standing right behind you. By the God! Oh. It's not really there. I'm guessing that's what it would look like. It's disgusting. Alright. Next poem. That's far too long. Here's a happy one. Skinny McGuinn was so terribly thin that while taking his bath Sunday night, out popped the plug, and sloosh, swoosh, and glug, glug, it washed Skinny right down the drain, out of sight. And where is our dear Skinny bathing tonight? In some underground pool down below? Or up there so high in that tub in the sky, where all of the clean people go? That's pretty morbid, actually. This next one is happy. It's literally called the Land of Happy. Have you been to the Land of Happy, where everyone's happy all day? Where they joke and they sing of the happiest things and everyone's jolly and gay? There's no one unhappy and happy. There's laughter and smiles galore. I have been to the Land of Happy. What a bore! Even happiness is unfortunate. That's good. Well, there's Skinny McGuinn and there's a happy guy. Happy. Melinda May. Have you heard of tiny Melinda May, who ate a monstrous whale? She thought she could, she said she would, so she started right at the tail. And everyone said, you are much too small, but that didn't bother Melinda at all. She took a little bite and she chewed very slow, just like a good girl should. There's Melinda May eating a whale. But it's not over yet. Thank you, gloves. And in 89 years, she ate that whale because she said she would. Dang, 89 years. Frick, she must be really old. Holy crap. She survived on a whale. Alrighty, the edge of the world. Columbus said the world is round. Don't you believe a word of that, for I've been down to the edge of the world. Sat on the edge where the wild wind whirled. Peeked over the ledge where the blue smoke curls, and I can tell you, boys and girls, the world is flat. Yes, here's the picture from the front. We proved science here today by reading Shel Silverstein. Can you believe that? The world is flat. Tell your parents. Just kidding, please don't. I can't be held responsible for this. Alrighty, we'll read one more, and it'll be whichever one I pick randomly right now. This one. My eyes were closed, I swear. Alright? Lazy Jane. Lazy, 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 lazy Jane. She wants a drink of water, so she waits and waits and waits and waits and waits and waits and waits for it to rain. And that's the picture. Get it? Get it? That was a terrible one to end at. I'll have to end on something better. Here, I'll find one that looks promising. Yeah. No. No, well, that seems acceptable, but not good enough. Oh, I should have started with invitation. That would have been nice, but I didn't. Ah, where the sidewalk ends. We should finish with this one, as this is where the sidewalk ends, after all. There is a place where the sidewalk ends, and before the street begins. And there the grass grows soft and white, and there the sun burns crimson bright. And there the moonbird rests from his flight, to cool in the peppermint wind. Let us leave this place where the smoke blows black, and the dark street winds and bends, past the pits where the asphalt flowers grow. We shall walk with a walk that is measured and slow, and watch where the chalk white arrows go, to the place where the sidewalk ends. Yes, we'll walk with a walk that is measured and slow, and we'll go where the chalk white arrows go, for the children they mock and the children they know the place where the sidewalk ends. And that ends Ritz Reads Installation 1. I called it installation. Installment 1. Guess I'm installing installation. Is this Halo? No. Anyway, that concludes the first episode of Ritz Reads. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you found that fantastic, because I found that surprisingly fantastic. Alrighty then. Until next time, my children, good day.